Hello everyone. So in today's lecture, we will understand about what is reasoning and what are the importance of reasoning in artificial intelligence. So after learning this chapter, you will understand about the types of reasoning, what are the use of reasoning in artificial intelligence, what are the properties of reasoning. So let's start that what is reasoning and what are the importance of reasoning in artificial intelligence. So already we have learned about the various way to represent to represent knowledge in artificial intelligence, right? So now we will learn the various way to reason of this knowledge using different logical scheme. So point is, what is reasoning, right? So reasoning is the mental process of deriving logical conclusion and making prediction from available knowledge, facts, and brief. So we can say that reasoning is the way to infer fact from existing data, and it is a general process of thinking rationally to find valid conclusions. So in artificial intelligence, the reasoning is essential so that the machine can also think rationally as a human brain and can perform like a human. Let's understand what are the types of reasoning present in artificial intelligence. So in artificial intelligence, reasoning can be divided into the following categories, and these categories are deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, abductive reasoning, common sense reasoning, and monotonic reasoning and non-monotonic reasoning. So let's understand what is deductive reasoning. Excuse me. Deductive reasoning is deducing a new information from logical relations. Okay, deductive reasoning is deducing new information from logically related known information, and it is the form of valid reasoning, which means that the argument conclusion must be true when the premises are true. So, deductive reasoning is a type of propositional logic in AI, and it requires various rule and fact, and it is sometimes referred to as top-down reasoning also. And contradictory, the inductive reasoning, it is totally contradictory to the inductive reasoning also. So, in deductive reasoning, the truth of the premises guarantee the truth of conclusion. Okay, if premises are truth, then it is definitely a conclusion would be also a true. So, deductive reasoning mostly starts from the general premises to the specific conclusion, which can be explained with the example. Okay, which can be explained with the example. So example, in this example you can see here, first premises are all the human eat veggies. Okay, and second premises are Suresh is a human. So definitely conclusion will be find the conclusion is a Suresh eats veggies, because Suresh, all the humans eats veggie and Suresh is a human. Then obviously conclusion is a Suresh eats veggie. So the general process of deducing reasoning is first first it find the theory. Okay, and after that from the theory it comes to the hypothesis, and after that it after understanding hypothesis it comes to the pattern, and by using some pattern uh, it will give you some confirmation. Okay, next reasoning is inductive reasoning. Okay, next reasoning is inductive reasoning. So inductive reasoning is the form of reasoning to arrive at conclusion using limited set of facts. by the process of generalization, and it start with the series of specific facts or data and reach to a general statement or conclusion. So inductive reasoning is a type of propositional logic which is also known as cause effect reasoning or bottom up reasoning. Okay. So in inductive reasoning, we use historical data or various premises to generate a generic rule for which premises support the conclusion. So in inductive reasoning, premises provide probable support to the conclusion. So the truth of premises does not guarantee the truth of the conclusion. For example, let's take an example. All the pigeons we have seen in the zoo are white. The conclusion, therefore, we can expect all the pigeon to be white. Okay, only we can expect. It's not necessary that all the pigeon are white. All the pigeons are white. Okay, because here premises are what, that all the pigeon we have seen in the zoo are white. So it might be possible that inside the zoo only white pigeons are kept, but it doesn't necessary that all the pigeons are white. Okay, so in the inductive reasoning, if premises if premises is truth, so it doesn't guarantee that the conclusion is all conclusion it doesn't guarantee that the conclusion is also to be truth in all the cases. Okay, so so the uh, mostly in general process of inductive reasoning is, firstly it took a observation. From the observation it find pattern, and from the pattern it comes to the hypothesis, and from the hypothesis it makes a theory. Okay, it makes a theory. Next type of reasoning is abductive reasoning. So abductive reasoning is a form of logical reasoning which start with the single or multiple observation, then seek to find the most likely explanation or conclusion for the observation. So abductive reasoning is an extension of deductive reasoning, but in abductive reasoning, the premises do not guarantee the conclusion. Okay. For example, implication is cricket ground is wet if it is raining, and axiom is cricket ground is wet. So conclusion, it is raining. Okay. So the conclusion, it is raining. Now, on the another type of reasoning is common sense reasoning. So common sense reasoning is the informal form of reasoning which can be gained through experiences. Common sense reasoning simulate the human ability to make pre-assumption about events which occur on every day, and it relies on a good judgment rather than exact logic, and operates on heuristic knowledge and heuristic rules. Let's understand with the example. Let's take an example that one person can be at one place at a time, and second premises is, if I put my hand in a fire, then it will be burned. Okay, these are some examples of a common sense reasoning. Means we have to understand this without any proof or without any something like that. So this is totally about the judgment. So in the two statement are the example of common sense reasoning, which is a human mind can easily understand and assume. Okay, can easily understand and also assume. Next one is the monotonic reasoning. So in monotonic reasoning, once the conclusion is taken, then it will remain the same event if we add some other information to existing information in our knowledge base. So in monotonic reasoning, adding knowledge does not decrease the set of does not decrease the set of proposition that can be derived. So uh, to solve monotonic, we can derive the valid conclusion from the available facts. Okay, agent can only perceive the closed environment, which is an adjacent room. Okay, so what is deterministic? It is deterministic as the result and outcome of the world is already known. Okay, what is sequential? The order is important, so it is sequential. Next is static. So it is static as Wumpus and pits are not moving. Okay, it is static as Wumpus and pits are not moving. Okay, discrete. The environment is discrete. Next one isn't. The environment is single. The environment is a single agent. As we have one agent, only the Wumpus is not considered as an agent. So exploring the Wumpus world. Okay. So we will explore the Wumpus world, and we will determine how an agent will find its goal by applying a logical reasoning. So agent's first step is initially the agent is in first room, that is 1 square, right? And we already know that this this room is safe. This room is safe for agent, right? This room is safe for agent. So so to represent one the below one this diagram, that room is safe, the room is safe, we will add a symbol. Okay. Okay, so symbol A is used to represent agent. Symbol B is B for Brizzy, and G for glitter or gold, and V for visited room. Okay, and P is for pits, W is for Wumpus. So at room 1 agent does not feel any breezy or any stench. So which means that adjacent square are also okay. Okay, so there are two adjacent. We cannot take a diagonal here. Okay, we cannot take diagonal here. So obviously both adjacent are written as a okay. Next, in the second step, now agent need to move forward, so it will either move to 1 2 or 2 1, right? 1 2 or 2 1, because both are okay. So let's suppose agent move to room 2 1. Okay, agent move to room 2 1 at this at 2 1. At this room, agent perceives some breezy. Okay, some breezy, which means pits is around. So pits is around this room. So pits can be in 3 1 or 2 2, right? 3 1 or maybe 2 2, because adjacent of 2 1 is three things: 1 1, 2 2, and 3 1. 1 1 is already visited, right? 1 1 is already visited. 2 2 3 1, both are they are remaining adjacent. So let's suppose agent move, so let's 2 2 and 3 will symbol. So we will add symbol P, so we will add symbol P in 3 1 and 2 2. Okay, symbol P at P, added symbol P at a 2 2 or 3 1. So we say that to say that it in this pit room. Okay, is this a pit room? So now agent will stop and think, and will not make any harmful moves. The agent will go back to the 1 1 room, and the room 1 1 and the room 1 1 and 2 1 are visited by the agent. 2 1 are visited by the agent, so we will use symbol V to represent the visited square. Okay, so guys, let's understand what is third step. Okay, what is third step? So at the third step, now agent will move to the room 1 2. Okay, room 1 2, because as we know that 1 1 is okay, and just adjacent to the 1 1 2 2, sorry, 2 1 and 1 2 are present. But when first we visit 2 1, and we find the how many adjacent are there. So 2 2 and 3 1 are adjacent, but it find busy, so definitely it and definitely it is a pit room. So it just again it's just marks 2 2 and 3 1 as a p, and just return back to again 1 1. Okay, uh, now 1 1, because it again returned back to the 1 1, so 1 1 is marked as a visited, and now it's reached to 1 2. Okay, 1 2, because previous second adjacent is a 1 2, so now 1 2 is also okay, so it just reached to the 1 2. So now agent will move through the room 1 2, which is okay. So in this room 1 2 agent perceive a strange, which means that there must be a wombs nearby, but wombs cannot be in the room 1 1 as by the rule of game, and also not in 2 2. Okay, also not in 2 2, because agent has not uh, uh, detected any stench where it has at it has at 2 1. Okay, so therefore agent infer that Wumpus is in the room 1 3, and it is a current state. Okay, so there is a no bridge, which means in 2 2 there which means in 2 2 there is a no pit. Okay, there is a no pit and no wombs, so so it is safe. Okay, so it is safe, and we will make it okay, and we will make it okay, and the agent move further in 2 2. Okay, now for the fourth step, at the room 2 2 there is no strength, right, and no breezy present. So let's suppose agent decide to move to 2 3 at the 2 3 at the room 2 3, and at room 2 3 agent perceive glitter, so it should grab the gold and climb out of the cave. Okay, so guys, next topic is knowledge base for the Wumpus world. So and so as in the previous topic, we have learned about the Wumpus world and how knowledge base agent involve the world. Now in this topic, we will create a knowledge base for the Wumpus world, and we will derive some proofs for the Wumpus world using a propositional logic. Okay, using a propositional logic. So a agent starts visit for first square, that is 1 1, and we already know that this room is safe for an agent. But to build a knowledge base for Wumpus world, we will use some rule and atomic properties. So we need a symbol, that is I comma j, for each location in the Wumpus world, and where I is for the location of row, and j for location for column location. Okay, So what is atomic properties? What is atomic proposition variable of a Wumpus world? Okay, so let's peak ij pij be true if there is a pit in the room, that in the room I comma j. Okay, let bij be the true if bij be the true if agent perceive breezy in ij. Okay, so either he will dead or alive. Next, let's wij be true if there is a bumpus in the square, that is I comma j, in a square I comma j. Let I comma j be true if agent perceives the stench in the square I comma j. So let I comma j be true if that square I comma j is visited. So let g ij be true if there is a gold, okay, and a glitter in present in a square I comma j. And let okay I comma j be true if room is safe. Okay, room is safe. So some propositional rule for the Wumpus world is R1, that is not S11 implies to not W11 conjunction, not W12 conjunction, not W21. Next for the R2, for R2, not S21 implies to not W11 conjunction, not W21 conjunction, W21 conjunction, not W22 conjunction, not W31. For R3 row, not S12 implies, not S12 implies W11, W11, W11 conjunction, not W12 conjunction, not W22 conjunction, not W13. So for R1 row, S12 implies that W13 uh, disjunction, W12 disjunction, W22 disjunction, W11. Okay. So this is some propositional rule for the Wumpus world. Okay. So now understand the representation of knowledge base for the Wumpus world. Okay. So this is a simple the simple knowledge base for Wumpus world, where an agent moves from room 11 to room 21. Okay, and guys, in this diagram you can see that three row and 7 column are made, right? Three rows and 7 column are made. So here is the first row, and we have mentioned propositional variable for the 1 1, so which is showing that room doesn't have Wumpus, that is not W11. Okay, so obviously no stance, that is no stance means not S11. No pits means not P11. No breezy, that is not B11. No gold, that is not G11. Visited the V11, and the room is safe. Then the room is safe. So for that, OK 11. Okay. So in the second row, we have mentioned propositional variable for the room 1 2. Okay, so which is showing that there is a no whomps there is a no wumpus stench and breezy are unknown as an agent not visited room 1 2. No pits not visited yet and the room is safe. So in the third row, we have mentioned propositional variable of room 2 1, and which is showing that there is a no wumpus, that is it written that not w21, no stands, that is not S21, no pits, that is not P21, perceives breezy, so that's why it written as a B21. Okay, no glitter, that's why it written as a not G21, visited V21. Okay, and room is safe, so okay 21. So to prove that Wumpus is in the room 1 3, we can prove that Wumpus is in room 1 2 using propositional rule, which we have derived for the Wumpus world, and using inference rule. So apply modest ponens with the modest ponens with not S11 uh, and R1. So we will firstly apply modest ponens rule with the rule with R1, which is not S11 implies to which is not S11 implies to not W11 uh, and not W12 and not W21, and not S11 will not S11, which will give out which give out the output not W1 not W which give the output not W11 and not W12 and W12. Okay, so guys, see, after applying the modest ponens rule, that is on the not S11 implies to not W11 and not W12 and not W21, then we will get the output not W11 and not W12 and not W21. Okay, next we apply and elimination rule. Okay, apply and elimination rule. So after applying an elimination rule to not W11 and not W12 and not W21, we will get three statements. Okay, first statement is not W11, second statement is not W12, and third statement is not W21. So after applying modest ponens to not S, after apply modest ponens to not S21 and R2. Okay. So now we will apply modest ponens to not S21. Okay. Before that we apply on a S11. Now we will apply not S21 in no one not one S21 and R2. So now we will apply modest ponens to not S21 and R2, which is which is actually a not S21 implies not W21 and not W22 and not W31. which will gives an output as not W21 and not W22 and not W31. Okay, so this will be the output when we apply a modus ponens to not S21 and R2. Then again apply the elimination rule. Again apply the elimination rule. Okay. So now again apply and elimination rule to not W21 and not W22 and not W31. So we will get three statement, that is not W21, not W22 and not W31. Again apply modus ponens to S12 and R1. Okay, so apply modus ponens to S12 and R4, which is S12 implies W13 or W12 or W22 or W11. So we will get the output as W13 and W13 or W12 or W22 or W11. Okay, means this junction with the W13, W12 and W22 and W11. Here just check that here S12 when we apply S12 and R4, then here not are not written before the S12. So just check that. So that's why in the right hand side or means disjunction are used as a operator. So applying modus ponens to S12 and R4, we will get the result W13 or W12 or W22 or W13. Okay. So next is apply unit resolution. Next is apply unit resolution on W13 or W12 or W22 or W11 and not W11. Okay. So after applying unit resolution formula on this and not W11, we will get W13 or W12 or W22. Okay. Next again we apply a unit resolution on W13 or W12 or W22 and not W22. Okay. When we apply this resolution on this, then definitely we will get W13 and W12, because see guys, when we apply end rule between these two, then what happened, W22 and not W22 will give you the false result, right? Will give you the false result, and when false is disjunct with the true value, then definitely that particular or make you can say that a false value is a disjunction with any particular value, then particular that value is actually as a result. So that's why W13 or W12 or false is given a result W13 or W12. Okay. Now again apply unit now again apply unit resolution now again apply unit resolution on W13 W13 or W12 and not W11. Okay, and not W11. So as an output, obviously W12 and not W12 will again give you a false result. But once it disjunct with the W13, then result will be given as a W13. So it is proof that W13 at a place W13 womb is present, right? So guys, see, So see guys, today we learn about the Wumpus World, right? So what is Wumpus World? As you know that it is mainly inspired by some video game. So definitely some graphical representation are also made for this. So that's why this made as a. So guys, see this in which one three position Wumpus is present, and two three position gold is present. Now at a three position pit is present. Okay, so pit is definitely whenever wherever the pit is present, adjacent room are written as a breezy. Okay, so guys, what happened? In which we assume that the square one it is safe. Okay, because agent is reside at the first time agent is reside here, and it is safe. Okay, it assume that it is a safe. So now agent can move in a two direction, right? Either in so first of all, either in the right direction or at the top. So but in this example we are taking that it is actually facing in the facing at the uh, right side, right? So definitely it will first move uh, to one direction, right? It will first move to one direction. Okay, so it have a two option, right? It have a two option. Either he can either agent can go at a two one direction or one two direction. So definitely at first it goes to the two one direction. At first it goes to the, so let's understand. See, at first it goes to the two one direction, um, because see, uh, at one position it doesn't it have only two adjacent, that is one two and two one. So right now it found that the one two and two one both are okay, so that's why it written as a okay. Okay, and now it's moved to the first two one direction, and when it reached to the two one direction it found that some breezy. So now point is because it might be 2 2 and 3 1, um, either maybe both, and maybe any one of them contain a pit, right? So see guys, in the diagram actually 3 1 at a pit. Okay, so that's why he doesn't know whether 3 1 contain the pit or 2 2 contain the pit. So it just mark as both as a pit. Okay, so maybe here maybe a pit or here maybe a pit. Okay, so now it's again come back at the position 1 1, and mark 1 1 as a visited, and now it again reached to the 1 2. So once it reached to the 1 2, it checked that it find that some stench. So stench means definitely it's near some worms is present. So as 2 1 already visit 2 2, and it mark as a pit here. Okay, so guys, as we know, as you know that according to the rule, either any side pit is present. So definitely when it on the point 1 or 2, it have two adjacent. One maybe a means both wombs and pits both are not lies at the same time, right? So definitely it find that the position 1 3 it have a wombs, and this position that is 2 2 it is definitely okay. Okay, because it doesn't it can't go anywhere, so that's why it understand that, then definitely it will be okay. So now it's a mark as a okay at 2 2 position. Okay, now it's again reached to the 2 2 position. Now it have a two option. Either he can go in the right side, or right side, that is 3 2 position, or maybe 2 3 position. So for example, it goes to the 2 3 position, and once it reached to the 2 3 position, so it found the goal. So guys, it again come back and get a prize that is plus 1,000 points. Okay. So guys, see, Wumpus World is actually mainly a game based solution, right? So before that, when we create a Wumpus World production rule or a knowledge base, before that, uh, video game is actually launched. So on the basis of that, this knowledge base and all the things are made according to them. Okay. So today we will learn about the what is Wumpus World, uh, what are the PEAS description of the Wumpus World, that is performance, environment, actuator, and sensor. Okay, and how these actually works. How what are the performance measure, and what are the environments, and what are the actuator they what are the actuator we provide in this, and what are the sensors. Okay, sensor, what are the sensors present for the agent. Next we learn about the Wumpus World properties. What are the properties of the Wumpus World, that is partially observable, deterministic, sequential, static, and discrete, and one agent. Next we explore the how Wumpus World actually work. Okay, how Wumpus World actually work. After that, we learn how we represent the knowledge base, how we represent a knowledge base for Wumpus World. Okay, so there are some properties, some atomic proposition variable for the Wumpus World, and also some these are some rule, propositional rule for the Wumpus World. Okay, for each row, that is R1, R2, R3, and R4. Okay, for each row, there are some properties are present. Um, some propositional rule, you can say that some propositional rules are present for this. Next is the representation of knowledge for a Wumpus World. How we represent actually a Wumpus World. So for each row, we found each and every variable value. Okay, for each row. For example, for row one, whether it is booms are present at that position, whether it is stretch are present at that position, whether any pits are present, whether any breezy are present, whether any glitter are present, whether it is okay, whether it is visited. So obviously glitter, breezy, pits, and stretch, and wumpus, these all are not present at the position 1 1. So that's why it's before that, negation operator are written, and in a visited V11 and OK11 is written, because this position is okay and it is visited. Okay, that's why it is written. So this is a representation on knowledge base for the Wumpus World. Next, we prove that that the room 1 3 have a Wumpus, right? So by using a modus ponens rule, we actually finally we prove that yes, at the position 1 3, Wumpus is present. Okay. So now these are some homework for you guys. Just first learn this chapter properly, and do this homework. Okay. Okay, guys, this is an book which is written by the Richard Knight. Guys, in the excuse me, in this book, there are so many other examples are also present. So you can learn from that, and also you can exercise and just find the solution for that exercise. Okay, thank you.